Similarly, the relationship between the Soviet Union and China is undergoing a basic change. The China Soviet rapprochement, we welcome it very much. When Mr. Gorbachev was here in November last year, he, in his speech at Vigyan Bhavan, accepting the Indira Gandhi International Peace Award, referred to the role the Soviet Union, China, and India can play in Asia and the world. So, we welcome this, and there is no question of our having any doubts or fears about that. It is a development which we welcome, which strengthens peace in the world and creates a new atmosphere. Take the situation in Eastern Europe, what is happening in Poland or Hungary. It was inconceivable even 2 years ago the kind of elections they are having. Solidarity has been recognized. Now let us come to the role that we have played. Mr. Gorbachev was in India for the first time in November 1986. He signed with the Indian Prime Minister the Delhi Declaration. Honorable members will cast a glance back to 1986 November and recall the Delhi Declaration. It says, I think in paragraph 5, that the two countries will work for the establishment of nuclear weapons free world and that non-violence will be the basis of our life. Mr. Gorbachev again referred to the Delhi Declaration in his famous and historic speech at the United Nations on the 7th December last year. Now we see that this language of the Delhi Declaration has become international legal tender and that Mr. Gorbachev elected to sign the declaration with the Prime Minister of India is not insignificant. Therefore, we have not from today or yesterday, but for the last 42 years been trying to impress upon the world that the world should get rid of nuclear weapons and that non-violence should be the way of life. This is a great tribute to the foresight of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who laid down the framework for the foreign policy of India, and he did not in 1947. He did it many years before independence, and the fact that we have found the foreign policy framework laid down by him so useful, so durable, that it is really remarkable that a man should have such a vision that he had. I cannot really recall the foreign policy of any major country which has not undergone drastic changes. This has not happened in the case of India. That shows the correctness of the foreign policy of India that has the support of the Parliament and people of India.